You are listening to the Lechatchila River Podcast. Okay.
Shoot.
Welcome to another podcast of, it's called Lechatchila, a River Podcast, where what we're trying to do is we're trying to speak to people that went above and beyond. They didn't go the natural system of doing things in life, but they are going in a ridiculously positive mindset without figuring out details before this is going on. They're going on
in the world.
And I heard about Saul. I heard about you.
Here.
And we're gonna introduce here. We have Saul. Saul is the owner of the Holocaust Survivor Band, and we're gonna hear from him when he starts and what brought him to starting it and how he evolved. Saul, welcome. How are you, Saul?
Thank you.
So the first thing that come to your house, I see the drums right here.
Two sets of drums.
Two sets of drums. You have the regular one and the electric one.
Correct.
So,
and I got a brand new one, still packed. This goes with me on the concert. This stays here.
So have you always been into drums? When did you start this band? Give me some background.
I started my band in 2014.
2014.
And since then, we're playing like all over United States. Played in Bet Shemesh in Israel, played Tel Aviv, played Warsaw, Poland, played all over.
So can you tell me how did it start? Well, how did you build this band? Give me some background.
I tell you what happened. One morning I woke up, my room is there next door, television, I got my computer, I got my television so I can see better, I don't see so good. One morning I waked up and there's an essay, the essay is on the computer, it says, 106-year-old lady living in London, a very good piano player, passed away. She was a Holocaust survivor and she was playing in Theresienstadt. And I lie like this and I read it. I says, what can I do for this lady? Nobody bothers, nobody calls, nobody nothing, no answers, nothing. So my wife is next to me, and she's sitting already in my room. So she said, "Why are you looking so much, Clara? I got a situation." And I told her that a woman, she says, "Bis Mishige," in Jewish. So I kept my mouth shut. But first I taped it, and I left it so I can follow it later. You understand? On the computer.
What? You taped the idea, or you taped
what?
What did you tape?
The essay. That's it. This was on a Thursday. Shabbos, I'm going to davening. See the rabbi after Kiddush. I tell him the same story what I told my wife. So says, a Canadian child from a Holocaust survivor, his father is the one that discovered the ATM machines. Can't afford plenty money. So he says, what you need this for? You're retired. I told them I would like to put together a Holocaust survivor band. I saw it in her name. My wife says, no. The rabbi says no. On the contrary, I took a blank check. It went to Sam Ash. They were open that time. And bought this one. I bought for over $800.
Wow! Did you know how to play?
Huh?
Did you know how to play drums?
I know how to play, of course. I was playing before, and I bought it and I brought it home. So my wife asked me, where were you so long? Because you don't have to tell you in a store with a manager. I said, I went shopping. So she said, what did you buy? I said, I bought a set of drums. Could I see it? I don't believe you. So come on down to the car. I opened the trunk and the two doors and on top and the bottom, all over, the whole thing was put together. So she starts to yell, "Give out!" I said, "What are you yelling? Either you go or the drums go."
It was too big. What was the?
And that's how we started. You know, our wife said, "I'm not going to throw you out." You know, our wife doesn't throw our husband for the drums. And that's how I started. I started my first concert on a Sunday afternoon, advertised international concert. I had 7 of my musicians with an Israeli singer, and I had 7 or 6 Mexican, Brazilian player, and we on the stage in the synagogue by us, in the theater, from both sides. On one side, my orchestra, and one side, the Brazilian orchestra. We filled up. But the rabbi says, "Saul, how much you going to charge? I have to clean up after this, you know, the big theater in our shul." I said, "Rabbi, I'm going to charge nothing." He said, "Oh, give out, you have to clean." I said, "Rabbi, if I'm going to charge money, nobody going to show up. If I'm going to make it free, international concert, it's good." Police had to come because there was no parking. People were parking on the street. And that's how I started.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So what gave you the courage? Once your wife said no, and the rabbi said no, why did you? What was the why behind it?
Why? I tell you why. When I woke up in the morning, I saw a essay on the computer. A woman by the name Elsa Sommers.
Right.
She was liberated in Starezinstein, that she was playing piano. So I said to my wife, "I have to do something for this woman," and that's what I did.
That's crazy. You never even knew her. It's crazy that. It's very, very special that you didn't even know her, but you.
I didn't know her. And then right after this, I make a few phone calls. One recommended another. I had already 8 musicians with a singer. I called up the rabbi. I said, "Rabbi, Sunday afternoon making a concert." He says, "Why? Well, how are you going to do it?" "How much are you going to charge?" I said, "Nothing." He said, "Why?" I said, "Rabbi, if I change money, nobody gonna show up."
So you went back to Poland?
Who, me?
To
Of course,
play?
I went back to Poland 3 times. I probably in Poland. Here play only with Lipa Schmelzer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, twice. He just called me
He's a funny guy.
A couple of weeks ago with Lipa. Then we get Elbas. I play here and in Warsaw, Poland, with Dudu Fischer, the same thing, but the world in Warsaw, Poland. And then I play a big concert, and when the plaza was where was the ghetto, I had 3,700 people who showed up. Police had to stop people; they didn't have where to park. With my whole 2 orchestras, mine and the sentimental orchestra, Warsaw Sentimental. I didn't give in goyim, but you had to put together to get people. It was unbelievable.
Was that the same place that you were in camp? Was that the same place that you were in camp?
Yes, in the same city I was in camp. I was in camp in Plaszow.
So can you take me back to
in Plaszow? Then we went to Schindler. By Schindler, I met David Verdiger, and over there we were singing, playing, you know, the whole. Unless it's all history.
Wow.
Till today.
That's crazy. Now, can you take us to your journey? You know, through the camps. Can you share some of the story?
Yes, I shared with everybody in the camps.
Can you share with me a drop of background?
Well, background. There's a lot to share. I'm gonna sit with him here for 2 weeks.
But I'm
gonna give you a couple stories.
Yeah, a few points. Yeah.
When we started to build Plaszow concentration camp, they were bringing already women from Hungary. They were shaving them, and they called that Madrid. Was a big, we built a big barrack. And over there, the German brought all the sewing machine. They brought 2,000 women, completely shaved. with the head because they stole the hairs from them. And they were sitting in this factory, is sewing everything uniform for the soldiers. And we built the barracks. So one day we had carpenters and helpers. I was the shortest one, so I was the last one. So what happened? One morning we come in and bringing the laborers are carrying the thing for the carpenters, and each had to carry 2x4s, two of them, two pieces. I was the last one. I was the cleanest, 16 years old. I was the last one, and there was only one left. But I figured out I could take one, and the commander he was commander of the concentration camp on Vasen Fayette with 2 guns with soldiers. How come I'm called the one? Everybody was carrying 2. So he told there was only one left. He called the 2 SS men. They put me on there. You know what a horse is from wood. You know where you cut the lumber. Gave me 10 of them behind. I slept on my belly for 1 month till I healed up. With with the whips. This was my first experience in a concentration camps.
Wow.
But I learned a lot, man. After this, I learned a lot. Don't give up. Don't give up, and don't give up.
So what kept you going through the?
What helped me go? I tell you that people ask me how I survive. I don't have an answer for them. I says, I don't know. Reboine Shalom, luck, miracle, maybe brought together, I don't know. But the Jewish Chabad and the Jewish religion, the Jewish people, the newer capacity, the Hasidim and everything, they believe a lot in the Holocaust survivor, because they say if a Holocaust survivor survives, maybe someday he's gonna bring the Mashiach, and that's how they believe in us. So from then on, after the war in America, then on when the Chabad started belief in I started to bench people. I benched the president of the United. I got a picture, show it to you.
President, which president?
Huh?
Which president?
Biden.
Very nice.
I'm gonna be benching now Trump. Trump's son-in-law, the Kushners, they're very good friends of
Really?
mine, still from New Jersey.
Really?
From Charlie Kushner, the ambassador to France now. He went with my son to the Rabbi Tai's yeshiva in Elizabeth. But what happened? I took sick. I got cancer. They cut out my stomach.
This is when?
Huh?
When was this?
It was when I was 65 years old. Just I got the Medicare. Look. And the operation was one of the biggest operations. So the rabbis told me, Mr. Dreier, you are excused for everything. You can only hold the Yiddishkeit if you want to, if not, because with your sickness, you have to live a different life. And that was the truth. So I was a Husid. I didn't learn too much, because in the war. But now, after the operation, I was excused. So now I'm a half a Husid. Okay.
To step into new positions, to step into new responsibilities, what's your advice to step into something bigger?
My advice is to new position to make sure that all the Jewish children go every day to either yeshiva, Jewish school, and learn about Yiddishkeit. Period. I was 5 years laid by Hitler, and I lost it. Thank you. Lazman hazeh.
Chaim and Chana, bracha.
I know. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam שהחייוני וקימוני והגיוני לזמן הזה בין חיים
Chaim and Chana.
and
Chaim and Chana.
Chana Kana. Amen.
Amen. Can I get a hug?
Yes, why not? Two hugs.
Wow.
Like this.